So over the weekend, I went to PowerCon with my family. I was not there for very long. Family business delayed the trip, but I was there for the last 2.5 hours of the last day. I was happy I was able to make it, and I wanted to talk about my experience, show off what I got, yada yada. But before I do that, I do want to show my brother did come up, and he's always got the goods for me. So he ordered the ARC Trooper Jesse, and he had it sent to his house because he ordered one for himself. But he decided he doesn't even want it anymore because of how inaccurate it is. However, I'm a clone nut, and I will give this a review, and I will definitely state my criticisms about that helmet. But nonetheless, I do want to show off the things my brother had for me. Another thing that my brother brought up for me, this is very exciting. We consolidated our Hasbro Pulse SDCC order, so we didn't have to pay for shipping for, stuff to his house, stuff to my house. So the only SDCC exclusive I wanted, obviously, because I'm a huge Transformers nut, was Ariel and Diane. And I've been waiting for a set like this for such a long time, and I'm so happy Hasbro made it. It is an amazing set. I haven't opened it yet, but I'll definitely open that. Might give you guys a video. Let me know if you want to see that. Another thing my brother found for me, he found me this. The Gundam Astray Gundam Infinity figure. These things aren't the greatest. They're pretty neat. I had Bandai actually send me almost all of them. However, I wanted to get the Wing Gundam and the Astray to complete the Zaku Bath. And I got the Wing Gundam just before, earlier in the week. And thankfully, it's funny, I was actually able to just take the piece out. I finally do have a complete Gundam Infinity Zaku Build-A-Figure. It's so funny, they made the Army Builder, the Build-A-Figure. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? But yeah, I was able to sneakily take the torso piece out and just build him, because I'm going to open him later. But yeah, still pretty cool. I was able to finally complete that bath after quite some time. And I think he got me something else. Yes, he did. So I'm not huge into G.I. Joe, but my favorite G.I. Joe character is Kamakura, at least one of my favorite characters. And I've been trying to go back and get almost all of his action figures, and this is a variant of him from the Sigma 6 line I did not have yet. He has like this ability where he's got this backpack and you hit the button and the wings are gonna go out. It's pretty cool, Definitely not the most exciting thing, definitely very niche. I will likely never show it again on the channel because my G.I. Joe videos do horribly, but I just wanted to show that my brother had that for me. And what else? I think that's it for my brother. So that is the pre-convention haul. So that was pretty cool. However, I do want to speak while you guys are looking at this cool stuff about the convention itself. So it was really, really cool. I was able to meet up with Sam, Rustbelt Collector, and his friend James. It was great seeing them again. It's been quite some time since I have seen them. I think the last time was the Super Ohio Toy Show in 2020, before COVID. So it had been quite a while since I'd seen them. So it was really awesome to see him again, hang out with him. He did get me a box. I will actually make a separate video on that box because there's a lot of cool things in that box. And I gave him a box as well. So check out his channel for the things I gave him. I decided to pass some things along I had personally received in the P.O. box that I feel like he would enjoy much more than I was. So yeah, check it out. He's a great guy. Great meeting him. Great hanging out with him. So I got there. I met him at the Mythic Legions booth. That's the first thing I did as soon as I walked in. He messaged me saying he was at the Mythic Legions booth, and I went over there, and he was eyeing a couple. And there was one I was kind of eyeing, and I said, hey, if you get both of the ones that you want, I'll get the one that I want. Because I have to be a weird enabler like that. I have to enable him and myself. So he got the both. He got the two ones he wanted. I don't recall which ones he got. He might show it in his haul video. But I got this guy. The Sphexen Prison Guard. Let me raise the camera again because this guy's pretty big. This just kind of speaks to me. It just kind of speaks to me. I like cool insecty guys. I love this, multicolored armor, and I love the blue highlights. And Four Horsemen does some great stuff. They really do some awesome things. I have quite a few of the Mythic Legions. I think I have like 5 or so. So I really wanted a Cosmic Legion, and out of all of them, this is the one that spoke to me the most. I wouldn't mind if they went in and did some robot guys. They haven't really done any robots yet. It's mostly just aliens, astronauts, weird guard people. But this guy is really cool. $50, not too bad. I didn't pre-order it. I thought about pre-ordering it, and I decided, with the shipping cost and everything, pre-ordering it would have actually cost more than just buying it at the Mythic Legions booth, $50, tax-free, there you go. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Let me know if you guys want to see a video on it. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty neat. So moving him out of the way a little bit, I didn't get too much at the convention, because like I said, again, I didn't have too long. I did want to spend some time looking at booths. So we looked at the Mythic Legions booth, we looked at the Four Horsemen booth, we looked at a few others. I went around with Sam and James for a while, shopping around at various booths. But I was finally able to meet one of my favorite YouTubers of all time, Pixel Dan. I love Pixel Dan. He is the reason that I kind of got into Mythic Legions specifically. He's actually the reason I really decided to get this guy, because he posted some really nice pictures of it before PowerCon. I've been watching him for years and years. He's one of my favorite content creators. I love his vibes. I just love his passion for toys in general, because we're both very similar in the fact that we're not just action figure people. We're just toy people. We love all kinds of toys, all kinds of weird things. And even though his focus is Motu and TMNT, and my focus is Transformers and Star Wars, you know, it's cool that we have some overlap there, and I was able to speak with him. It was super great. Dan, if you are watching this at all, it was great meeting you. I did buy something from him. I do love me some Mega Man, and he's also a fan of Mega Man. Who's letting this go? This Kid Robot, cool Proto Man thing with like a mask. I'm not specifically sure on what version of Proto Man this is, with the Zaku Mono Eye and the battle mask. But I don't have any Kid Robot style figures, and he only had it for $10. And I don't know, it spoke to me enough, especially for $10, especially for the fact that it was Pixel Dan's. I was like, yeah, I want to give this a new home. I want to be the one to give this Proto Man a new home. I don't know if this is like some kind of cyborg clone of Proto Man. I really have no idea, or if that's just like a battle mask. I need to look into it, but it's a really cool looking Proto Man. The Buster Cannon looks really cool. I love the shield. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So it was great meeting Pixel Dan, speaking with him, speaking with his wife. It was really great. I did see Dan Larson. I met him and I was able to speak with him last year. We've known each other for a while. I saw him and I waved to him. I didn't have time to talk to you. So Dan, again, different Dan, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry I didn't have a chance to stop and chat. Again, I didn't really have long at the show. I wanted to wave. Last year at PowerCon, I spoke with Robo from the Floosh. I, again, didn't have time to stop and chat. I just didn't have much time at all at the show. I was able to meet up with my brother and his wife, and we were looking around. We stopped at various booths, various different toy companies. Those, Savage Crucibles, those are pretty neat. The Monster Hunter things that are on BBTS, those are really cool. A few other things we stopped at, took a look. There's a lot of neat things at PowerCon. I wish I had the chance to look at everything, but I did not. Like my brother said, hey, did you see that big Thundercats lair at the Super 7 booth? And I was like, no, I didn't see it. And he's like, how did you not see it? It's huge. I didn't see it. But yeah, it was pretty great seeing different toy companies and things. Not a lot of it speaks to me, though, because I'm more of a, robot armored space soldier kind of guy, I mean, look at this. This is still an armored space soldier. It's just also a bug, robots, clones, there wasn't too much there for me in that department. However, I did commit an act of blasphemy. It was only $3. I don't do much Lego nowadays, but this is a boot Lego Commander Cody Bad Batch Imperial armor. I think it's a KO of the Clone Army Customs, especially with that visor piece and all that. It just, for $3, I was just hungry for some Bad Batch Gray Cody stuff, and I figured why not? It has this weird gun. Look at that. It looks like a Hasbro gun. It's so weird looking. I kind of dig it. The print's decent. The plastic quality's decent. It was one of those booths with just tons of fake Lego, and I was like, yeah, let me just grab this Cody. The print's kind of off, and his visor is almost completely obscured by the sun visor. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I got that. It also came with this overlay piece for the torso. It's just really ugly. I am not going to keep that on him. But I got that. Whoop-de-doo. However, at the very end of the show, the announcements were going, we have 5 minutes before the show ends. I stumbled across a booth I'd not seen yet. And in the corner, they had some Transformers. And I was super excited. They actually had that Fans Project Ultra Magnus that goes on the classics Ultra Magnus, like the Voyager Optimus repaint. I have been debating buying that for a long time. However, just kind of seeing it in person and seeing how it looks and everything, I think it was enough to satisfy and satiate my curiosity about that particular figure, because it was cool. It was cool to see it. And I looked at it and I'm like, it's $80. I could just get it and sell off one of my other Voyager Magnus I have, but I was just like, I don't need it. I already have, few Ultra Magnuses. I don't need this. So it was cool to see, but I didn't need it. However, there was a couple tubs full of some loose Transformers, and the first one that I saw that piqued my interest was good old Warpath. This is a toy that I really, really didn't like when it first came out, because I thought to myself, Warpath needs to have the turret on the chest, and he does. He does, honestly. This is just a Megatron repaint that they turned into Warpath, but the reason I got it was because I just want all the Warpaths, and this is pretty much the last one I didn't have, so I was like, hey, why not? I don't have this mold at all. I don't have the minor Megatron, the IDW original. I figured, hey, I'll go ahead and grab this for $10. Why not? And I kept looking, and believe it or not, this is probably the most exciting find of the entire show for me. I kept looking through the bag, and I found this weird thing. Still mint in its sealed bag. You may be wondering, what the heck am I looking at? They had $20 on it. It was right at the end of the show, so I was able to get both Warpath and him for $25. So let's just say this was $15. This is not Optimus Prime. This is a Glyos-compatible Fresh Monkey Fiction, I think. Or is it Fresh Monkey Fiction? There's I don't think it's Fresh Monkey Fiction. There's this is Weaponeers of Mon-Ka by I think it might be Fresh Monkey Fiction. I'm not sure. One of those companies. I don't think it's Fresh Monkey. I think it's a new one, because there's so many. It's one of those companies. Here's the proper name of it. I know it's called Weaponeers of Mon-Ka, but this is a Glyos-compatible, homage to Optimus Prime. And I saw a TJ Omega video about this all the way back in 2015, and I thought it was super cool back then. However, these kind of really exclusive Glyos things, they're one of those things where if you're not there when it goes up for order, sorry, there's no real presence for these on eBay. There's no real presence for these in the aftermarket. You really have to be involved in the community if you want to try to get this. And I'm a very casual Glyos fan. I only have a few. This is like my 4th Glyos figure. But this is the one I wanted the most, because I don't have a Weaponeers of Mon-Ka style figure, and it's Optimus Prime. And it's done so well. The abs, the chest, the head, it all looks perfect. It's one I definitely wanted, and I've not opened it yet because I actually plan on giving this guy his own dedicated video, because I want to just play with it on camera. I want to see what it's all about. So yeah, I'll definitely do a video on this guy, and check it out if you want, because it looks like a really weird, cool Optimus Prime. This is the head they used for Megatron. You get all the interchangeable pieces. So they did a Megatron too that was, all gray and all that. But that's the head they used for Megs. But you can see it's all, skull-faced and blue here. And this guy is so cool and compatible. Even the fists can double as faces. It's just so funny. It's so fun. It's so creative. This was definitely the best find for me. So, really awesome stuff. Definitely the highlights for me were meeting Sam again, meeting Pixel Dan, being able to hang out with my family, seeing some cool independent toys. Nothing really too in my realm of interest. It's definitely something that my brother and his wife were very interested in going, because they had pre-ordered some exclusives, and they were like, hey, we're going, and I'm like, hey, I'll go. So it was really fun. I really had a great time at the show. Great meeting some people. Again, I didn't have a lot of time there, unfortunately. Maybe next year I will maybe stay at the hotel for a little bit. There was an anime convention going on pretty much right next to it, and I saw a lot of interesting anime. One highlight I have to say, as my brother and I were walking away, leaving the convention, there was someone in the hall that was holding a sign. She had a sign saying, are you eBay username ladiesman217? And I was just being fun, and I said, where are the glasses? And she flipped her sign, and on the back it said, where are the glasses? That was so funny to me. That was another highlight. I loved that. That was great. Alrighty, guys, there we go. There's my PowerCon haul, my pre-PowerCon haul from my brother as well. You know, didn't get tons of stuff, but I had a lot of fun. I know Sam got way more than I did. He spent some big money. He spent some big old money. But me, I was just, you know, not a lot of robot presence, not a lot of Transformers. I saw a couple Gundam kits, like I saw Calibarn and Schwarzette, but they were, you know, con price, like $35 each. And I still have like 30 Gundam models in my closet. I don't need to be buying more right now. I'm actually expecting 2 more pre-orders from P Bandai coming in today, so those will just go in my closet and I'll build those whenever. Alrighty, I'll stop rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching. And special thanks to channel members as well. Thank you all so much for the continued support. And I do want to thank Rustbelt Collector. I want to thank his friend James. I want to thank Pixel Dan for being able to speak with you. I want to thank your wife Stina. I want to thank Dan Larson, even though I wasn't able to really speak with you. I waved. And it was a great time. It was a great time. I also want to thank my brother and his wife for wanting to go, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have. Alrighty guys, thanks so much again. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.